Why is my room so messy? I swear to God, every time I try to film a video, my room is like at its like prime time messiest. I got my kids in the back. I got my other kids on the floor, but you can't see them, so we're not going to talk about them. And I don't have pants on, but it's all good. My tits aren't out, so my girlfriend's not going to be mad at me. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Cher. I feel like this video is going to get a lot of views that are not from my normal viewers, so I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Cher, and I am a person who really enjoys movies, books, and films. And I saw After. Now, today's Wednesday. It's like, what time is it? It is 10:02. I saw the movie Wednesday night at 7. It was the advanced screening with all of the Tessa'S fans in like my little area. And it was amazing. There was so much energy, okay. There is something about advanced screenings, because you know the only people who are really going to come to the advanced screenings are the people who really fucking like After. Whether you're old or you're young or you're new or you're old. I originally read After in like 2013. After is one of the reasons I wrote my own fan fiction, because it was just so intriguing and I was just into it and into it and into it. And by the time I got to it, a lot of it was already written. I think by the time I read the first After, I think we were on After 3. So I was just incredibly invested in these two characters. Originally Harry and Tessa. Now it's Tessa and Hardin. And they have a movie! What? Like, that's so exciting. Like, how many fan fictions have you seen get turned into films? 50 Shades of Grey. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. And I'm so happy that we got to see this one on the big screen. So this is my review for After the movie. After the book is gonna be in it too, but it's not really a review of the book. It's a review of the movie with spoilers from movie and book. So if you've read it, if you haven't read it, if you just enjoy spoilers, come sit with me. We can talk about it and have a good time. Since I knew After was coming out, I basically gave myself 3 months to reread the book. And what I did with those 3 months is I really sat down and I play audiobooks, so I played the audiobook and I would pause and I would make notes and I would really get into it, and I would think about the characters and how both Tessa and Hardin are flawed and how they both have issues. Like, Tessa is very stuck up, she's very stuck in her own way, she's very self-centered, she's incredibly selfish, and she doesn't necessarily give people a lot of room to grow. But at the same time, she is so loving, so compassionate, so understanding that she breaks through her own barriers to give Hardin the love that he deserves, and also Steph and Landon and basically anyone that comes into her life. Like Zed, like she gave Zed a lot of chances, I feel like, because I wouldn't have been fucking with Zed, okay, period. Like I was not a fan of Zed. Something about him just always felt shady to me. Like, he felt like not shadier than Hardin, but like less interesting than Hardin, so I was not fucking with him, like, in general, but that's okay. Oh, my baby Hardin. I love Hardin because I see a lot of myself in Hardin. Hardin is like a British version of myself who is just very violent and doesn't give a fuck, and I really appreciate that. Like, and I really appreciate how fucked up he is. I appreciate how damaged he is, because we never talk about like characters that need to go to fucking therapy. And like in this fanfic, in the book, in the movie, we get to talk about these characters who are incredibly flawed and find their way to each other, find that initial attraction and turn it into something more. And overall, I love Tessa. I think it's very interesting, and we always want to talk about like toxic relationships and like this is bad and this is flawed and we shouldn't be showing this, but we should be showing it for that very reason, because they have issues, because they are flawed, and they still find a way to make themselves better and love each other. And I think that is the most compelling and interesting story that we could ever get out of a fan fiction. And they played this fan fiction so well, and making it into a book and then making it into a movie, where it all was so gradual. Like, it didn't feel like it felt like a fan fiction when you first read it on Wattpad. Then it felt like a book, and now it feels like a movie. And that was very well done. The whole movie was very well edited. Like, I read like someone's review of it from overseas, and they said that it was very poorly edited and you couldn't really follow the storyline. But I don't know if it's because I read the books and it's because I read the fan fiction, but I could totally understand what was happening. And my mom, who's never even heard of Tessa, watched it with me, and she was like, that was really good, that was so interesting, oh my god. So like, it was good, okay? Like, we're not gonna pretend that it's not. We're not gonna pretend that we weren't a part of the 1 billion people who fucking read after. We're not gonna fucking pretend. Okay? Okay, let's just... I'll wait. Okay. Let's go. But overall, this movie was beautiful. It was a beautifully shot movie. Now, I'm trying to remember. I believe it was set in Washington? Like, don't quote me, but I believe it was set in Washington, and they filmed it in Atlanta, Georgia, I think. Don't quote me. And it looked very warm, and it was very bright, it was summery, and it was like, it was beautiful. Like, it was beautiful. Like, and something that really gets me for movies is scenery. So if you're one of those people who like scenery, you're going to enjoy the fuck out of this movie. Like, and the way they have it set up, because Tessa is this character, she's very clean. That's the best way to explain Tessa. She's very clean. So every single shot she is in, she looks stunning. And I'm one of those people who loves being done up and having their makeup done to the T's, and Tessa was just stunning. No makeup, or like makeup, no makeup look. Like, she was breathtaking. And Josephine fucking did that. Like, she did that. Like, she would have these scenes where she's just like breathing, and I would be so invested. I'm like, oh my god, Tessa's breathing. Look at her, she's breathing. Oh my god, she's so beautiful. Oh my god. 'Cause she is stunning. And I will talk about Hero in a minute, but like, Josephine really needs like a huge round of applause, because she held that movie on her back. You know what I mean? Like, because this movie is about Tessa, and it's from Tessa's point of view, and you're understanding Tessa as well as understanding Hardin. But Tessa is kind of the center, and she grounds you to the film and to all of these characters. And Josephine did the fuck out of that, okay? And the director did the fuck out of that. Like, she did that. She did that. I think her name is Jenny. Shout out to you, bitch. Smart bitch. Hero. Okay, so when we first saw the trailer, I was like, I don't know him. I looked at him and I'm like, that's Hardin? Okay. And I kind of just moved on. I was not worried about him. I was not thinking about him. Maybe it's because I'm a lesbian. I just wasn't interested. I just wasn't interested. I was like, that's him? Okay. And I truly feel like now the trailer did not do Hero justice, because as we got closer and closer, they started releasing clips and like these really intimate scenes between Hardin and Tessa. And suddenly, I understood why Tessa was giving this nigga so many chances. I was like, he look like that? He sound like that? He got them tattoos? And he apologizing to me? It's okay, baby. It's okay. Come here. Come lay in my lap. I'm gonna rub you to sleep. Like, it's okay. I forgive. I forgive. He's beautiful. He's a great actor. And he was just stunning. Like, he was very pretty. Like, he's pretty. Like, he's pretty. Oh my god, he's so pretty. And then this version of Hardin is a lot softer. He's a lot quieter. He's more in his head. Like, he does a lot more thinking than saying the first thing that comes to mind, especially when it's disrespectful. So this Hardin is watching, and he's saying that he doesn't believe in love, and then this beautiful woman comes into his life, and he's rethinking everything that he has ever thought before. And Hiro really played it. And obviously they don't film the movie in order. So for him to look at Tessa the way he does at the beginning of the film, to the middle of the film, to the end of the film, you can tell that he really did his hardest to connect with Hardin, and he executed it. So shout out to you, Hiro. You did that. Proud of you. What's up? And then Hessa in general just had amazing chemistry. Like, their chemistry was amazing. Like, their kisses made me feel some type of way. Like, I felt it. Like, I felt like he was kissing me. I felt like she was kissing me. You know what I mean? Like, it was one of those things where it's like they're having these really intimate moments, and you didn't necessarily feel the need to look away, but it kind of gave you that vibe where you felt like you wanted that for yourself, and you wanted to have someone look at you like that, or touch you like that, or kiss you like that. Like, when he was kissing her stomach and was like, you don't ever need to hide from me, I was like, ow, take me out. I was like, oh, strike me down. Like, that was beautiful. It was beautiful. Like, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. It was so good. I don't know why I'm thinking about this so hard. Let me take a breath. Let me take a breather. Hessa was, I have never said Hessa is goals, but this movie made me feel like they were. And the thing is, okay, let's go ahead. Let's talk about the group. Let's talk about the whole cast, and then we can actually talk about the plot. I loved the gang. I loved Tristan. I loved Steph. I loved Molly. Like, I wanted Molly to, like, make out with me and kick my ass at the same time, and that's a very attractive mix. And it's so funny, her and Tessa had a scene in the bathroom, and it was very calm, and I was like, it's too bad they hate each other, because they would make a really sexy couple. Like, the chemistry was there. Like, the chemistry was there. Like, even though they both felt some type of way about each other, imagine if they turned that type of way into something romantical. Oh, bitch. Oh, After Two can be a whole different type of movie, but y'all not ready for that. Y'all not ready for that plot point. I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna make my own fanfic. I'm gonna be like, After but Different. That's what it's gonna be called. After but Different. Check that out on Wattpad. Coming soon. I really wish the entire gang would have got more screen time. And I understand this is a movie and they plan on having an after chapter 2 if it does well in theaters and if it gets the fan response that we're looking for. I understand there will be another one so they can all get more scenes. But I was really disappointed with how much screen time they didn't get. And they made it look like Steph was more of Tessa's new friend versus Landon. Like, Landon was just there to be the black main character. That was literally all he was there for, because he got maybe three scenes with Tessa, and I think he talked about Hardin in 2 of them. He was literally just there for no reason. Like, we literally could have had the whole movie without Landon. And Landon is Tessa's best friend. Like, her and Landon are so close, and they just completely diminish that. But I did love the whole gang. I feel like they were very well casted. The chemistry between all of them was great. Steph and Tristan, I love lesbians. Let's go, lesbians. Let's go. So I loved that they made Tristan a woman, and I thought that was very interesting. And Pia Mia is stunning. Like, I want her to be my girlfriend. I want Steph to be my girlfriend. I want Tristan to be my girlfriend. I want Molly to be my girlfriend. I want Tessa to be my girlfriend. All these women, fine, okay? Zed didn't really do much either. Like, he was there because Zed was in the book, but he didn't do anything at all. I was also really disappointed with how little all of these extra characters got. Like, Karen was in 2 scenes. They had the wedding reception, but not the actual wedding. Hardin's dad was in one scene, 2 scenes, and that was it. Like, I understand that hopefully there will be more movies, but I was really sad with how much they took away from all of these other characters, because the greatest thing about After is that it had so many characters with so many connections to the main characters that it felt like real life. Because your mom is going to be in your relationship, your dad's going to be in your relationship, the stepmom's going to be in the relationship, the brother, the sister, the aunt, the uncle. Like, all of those people were important. Like, Steph was important. Landon was important, and they got nothing. Like, I think the longest scene that Steph and Tristan had was the scene they had together, and all they were doing was making out on the bed instead of actually like talking about the romance. Like, I really wanted to see the scene where like Steph was crying about Tristan and Molly hanging out because maybe they were hooking up. I wanted to see that, especially how that would change with like Tristan being a woman. I was very interested in that. So I was really sad they didn't get a lot of screen time. But hopefully if we get a second movie, we can, you know, amp up their time. You feel me? So I'm not too mad at it, but I do want to see, I want a second movie so I can see more of them. Not necessarily even more of Tessa, but like more of them. Like, I want to see the gang. Like, let's go, lesbians. Let's go. The plot, okay. The plot was good. If you have never read the books, the plot was epic, and the plot was amazing, and the plot was nice. But if you've read the books and you liked the plot, you're going to be incredibly disappointed, because the plot was weak. The plot was weak compared to the books. If you don't compare the two, the plot is absolutely fine and it's great. But if you've read the books and you love the drama, you love the tea, the dramatics, like the crying, the screaming, like, you don't get none of that shit. They tamed Hardin down so much. Like, they didn't even show the scene, like, in the trailer, like, he's breaking something with his guitar. They didn't even show that in the film. They made Hardin just very sad and emo, and, like, he broke, like, a vase. That nigga broke a vase, and we didn't even see him break the vase. And then he broke the glass bottle that Tessa cuts her hand on. That was it. Like, you didn't get any of his real anger, and that anger is kind of sexy. Like, and it's very normal for people to have mental breakdowns and then break shit. Like, it's very normal. And I'm not trying to normalize it, because obviously that's like, you don't know how to handle your emotions well, so you're gonna just break shit. But that's something that people do, and I wanted to talk about that. And they cut all that shit out, which, it's fine, I guess. I was a little disappointed. They changed the bet completely. The bet was, in the book, was, I bet I can fuck Tessa. Movie, I bet I can make Tessa fall in love with me. Which, very tame. This movie was a very tame version of After. This is really the PG-13 version of After versus the rated R version, which I understand, because the movie was rated PG-13, so it's understandable. But I wanted the drama. I wanted the tea. I wanted him to take them bed sheets and show it to his fucking friends. I wanted to see it. I would like to see it. I was upset that they took that away, because I wanted the drama. Because, like, the bet was, I bet I can't make her fall in love with me. And I guess it's also because I know Hardin genuinely did fall in love with her. Like, fell back in love with her as well. Like, I felt disappointed. I was like, where's the drama? But, it was still good. The scene was very dramatic. Her and Molly had, like, a cute little, like, and I was like, fuck. But, you know, that's just the gay in me. Anyway, it was very good. It was very good. It's just, when you compare it to the book's plot, it's way more tame. It's very calm, and it's just not as dramatic. And I'm a dramatic ass bitch, okay? Let's discuss. Sheridan is dramatic. Sher Tamble is dramatic. So I wanted to see the dramatics as well. Especially since this is something I grew up on. I knew exactly how it was gonna go, and then it went completely elsewhere. And I was like, oh, that's how we're gonna do it now? Okay. But then I got over it, because, like I said, it's a beautiful movie. All of the scenes were very well put together, very well edited. So, like, I got over it. Like, I got off my high horse and I just, like, went with it. It was so beautiful. The plot had a beautiful ending. I loved the letter that came from the teacher to Tessa, and then from Tessa to Hardin, and then they looked at each other at the end, and then you kind of know there's, like, hope for, like, reconciliation, reconcile. They gonna get back together. We been new. They're gonna get back together. Like, it was one of those things. It was a nice ending, because like when 50 Shades of Grey ended and he was like, Anna, and she was like, Christian, and then the doors closed, I was like, that's it. Like, so I like that this ending was more hopeful than that. And I only compare it to 50 Shades of Grey because that's how I've always viewed After. It was like a toned down version of 50 Shades of Grey, especially once it got turned into a book from a fan fiction, and then from a fan fiction to a movie. That's just kind of how I've expressed it. They're not really alike in plot, like, they're not, but like that's just the best thing to compare it to, especially to people who have never heard of After. But it was good, and I really liked the ending, and it made me very happy. I really liked it. They did nothing wrong. Molly has never done anything wrong in her life. I love her, and y'all can hate me for it, but her and Tessa should make out in the next film, and that's what I'm gonna leave it on. The last thing I want to talk about is the music. The music in this film was awesome. Bitter Love by Pia Mia is obviously like the song. I hope she comes out with a music video if there isn't one out already. I thought the song was wonderful. But the main thing I want to talk about is the instrumental music that played every time Hardin and Tessa, like their theme song, they had beautiful instrumental music, like piano, maybe a violin, like something in there that was just so stunning, and it made every romantic scene that they had, because they had a lot of them, 10 times more intimate than it already was. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Like, I can't get the music out of my head. Like, I can still hear it right now as I'm talking about it. It was stunning, and I really enjoyed it. One more thing I want to talk about, they really did tone down like all of like the sex scenes. So like if that's what you were into After for, just keep reading the book. Like, read it over again. You'll be fine, Rebecca. Like, calm down. Like, it's not, we didn't really need it in the first place, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't necessary to the love story, because at the end of the day it is a love story. It was just a love story with smut, and that's what fan fiction usually is. So this is a movie, this is real life, and it's not rated R, so suck it up, Rebecca, and just watch it. They changed a lot of it. Like the lake scene, I was kind of disappointed, because obviously as a fan, like, you're expecting it and then you didn't get it. But hey, it was a beautiful film. My camera died for a second. But like I was saying, it was a beautiful scene, and I'm not mad at it. I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was wonderful. And since my camera is trying to die on me, I guess I will cut this video a little short. What were your thoughts on After? Let me know in the comments, okay?